Hello and welcome back to one of my favorite kind of videos to do, Let's Platinum. So there's two I want to show here, and I haven't decided which one I want to do. It's either Hotline Miami 2 or Diablo. Now, if you haven't seen this series, it's scattered. It's not every week. It's not, doesn't happen often. Basically, it's the kind of shit that I have to do to feed my trophy addiction. So let's go through with this one. We'll do Diablo because I'm once again only missing one trophy. I like to do these videos in games that I'm only missing one trophy in, just to show that I'm so close, but not really. So I play this game a lot, and I mean a lot. And if you do like this video, I know it's been like 40 seconds, but if you enjoy this video, you should definitely check out the full playthrough I did with Spencer, where we did our entire hardcore mode playthrough, and it was pretty good. So, I thought it was good. So, Diablo's had a lot of shit since I've been here. They added seasons, which was a big thing on PC Diablo. Basically, you start a character over, and then you play for a specific season. There's new gear and items and stuff that are only available in this mode, I think. And then you can carry that character over after the season's over. But that doesn't affect trophies, so I don't really give a shit. Let's look at the list for this one. So it says 82%, but that's not really true. It's like half true. So basically, I'm at 97%, but then I don't have the DLC trophies. And if you don't know, then DLC trophies are not required for Platinum. So I have not bought Rise of the Necromancer. I'm kind of tapped out on Diablo, and you'll see why soon enough. But basically, let's look at the big trophies here. So a lot of these are just generic stuff, like go through the story, complete the chapters, kill the bosses, and then there's different stuff like craft 5 items, socket a gem, combine gems, which I like that trophy name. And then so basically, I think I went up to here. So this beats the base game. So if you played the original Diablo 3, this is up to here is the base game. And then beyond that, all of this stuff I got during the Reaper of Souls expansion, which just comes in the PS4 version. So these are all pretty, pretty easy to get. Like you look at the percentage, it looks like about half the people who played Diablo got to this point. So I think right around here is where I got to. So this is reach level 70, kill Malfield. This is completing the final act. So roughly at this point, I had a good amount of trophies. And then it's just kill 500 monsters while in Nephilim Rifts, which I had fun with. Finishing Nephilim Rift within 15 minutes. Complete 5 bounties. Now you'll notice I didn't finish this one until way after I did everything else. Now, there's the main story. There's 2 game modes in this. There's the story mode, which is where I got all of these. And then there's adventure mode. Once you beat the main game, you unlock adventure mode, which is basically just running around doing bounties and doing random shit, just to have fun, really. I really enjoyed Diablo and I enjoyed my time with it, but it had trouble keeping my interest after I'd beaten the game. So this is just some random stuff like enchant all your equipment items, equip all legendary items, break 50 objects, kill 100 treasure goblins. Actually, you look at the dates on these. So this is let me look at the dates. Yeah, so I got all of this in October. And when I first played the game, I think I beat it pretty quickly, all within a week. That's true. Wow, I really did. Yeah, so beat the game within a week, and then you'll notice right here. So when it goes from October up to February, then I start playing a little bit more, and then it goes to May, and then it goes to August. I'm sorry, it goes to May, then it goes to August a year later. No, hold on. What? I'm sorry. So it goes to May a year later. So this was 15 months later. I finally killed 100 treasure goblins. So I've been playing a little bit here and there. Now these 4 right here, these trophies I got when I played with Spencer last year, and we did hardcore mode, which you have to reach level 70 in hardcore mode. If you don't know hardcore mode, it basically means if you die, that's it. Your character is done. So to beat the 2 final bosses, the base game boss, the DLC boss, and then reach level 70 all in hardcore is no small feat. And that's you can all watch on YouTube. It's there. I did the entire thing with Spencer. And then there's this. Reach level 70 with 6 different classes, which I thought would be the hardest trophy for me to get. Because this basically, there's 6 base classes, and I thought that this would be the one that really held me back. It's not. The one I'm missing is complete 500 bounties, and I think that's the rarest one in this game. And you'll soon see why. I'm trying not to go too deep. If you know Diablo, then you'll know what this is. But if you've never seen Diablo before, which some people might not, it's there's a very specific reason why I haven't gotten this, and it's that it's just so fucking mindless. So yeah. How do I put this? So there's 6 classes. This is the Witch Doctor class, which I just prefer. You don't really need to know how it plays, to be honest. That's not important. So this is adventure mode. This is after I've beaten the main campaign. And we're going to go challenges, and we're going to see how many bounties I've done. So the last thing I got is to complete 100 bounties. And the trophy I'm missing is to complete 500 bounties. I have 341 out of 500. I'm like, Nick, you're so close. Why haven't you just done that? I will tell you, random audience member. It's because of this. So basically, we have the 5 acts. This is chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And there's 5 bounties in each one. And once you complete the 5 bounties in each chapter, you unlock like a set of rewards and stuff like that. And it's just fun. But the point is, it's motivation for me. I just can't get... I don't know how to put it. I can't stay motivated to keep doing this. So every time you go to a new area, your minimap resets. It's I think it's procedurally generated, so it changes every time. And just mindless killing. So as you can see, my challenge for this bounty is to kill 50 enemies here and to kill Shandar the Invoker, who doesn't matter. It just means it's just a random dude that will appear eventually. Now, I will say this, it's slowly improved over time, and it was never too bad to begin with. But basically, after you've ran around... It doesn't matter. Once you run around in the area long enough, eventually an arrow will point in your minimap just showing you where the boss of that area is. So I'm not too worried. Never mind, I accidentally went into the wrong area, so I gotta walk back. Here we go. I think, yes, this is... I'm gonna go this way. That's one of the issues, is not really knowing where to go. I think there's boosts you can get to go faster. Also, this is a little ironic that I'm using a class that has a giant spider that just fights with it, considering, I think not like maybe 2 nights ago, I made a post in the Discord about how terrified I am of spiders and stuff like that. This doesn't bother me. These are comic spiders. As in, it's not possible for these things to exist. So yeah, you'll notice in the minimap they finally showed me the area. And technically my guy is talking, because I think I triggered an event here where I could technically go and save all these people. That's not required for this bounty, so I'm not gonna do that. They're not worth my time. So we got our 50 kills, so I'm not even really trying to kill them anymore. My minions are just killing on their own, because that's what good minions do. Not just randomly spout babble and nonsense. Here he is, Shandar the Invoker. Just waiting. And he's dead. So that's that. And then we teleport back to town. I could grab that treasure chest, but it's got nothing worth noting there. That's 1 bounty down. That's it. I gotta do that about 150 more times. And it's just, I think I could pretty easily do it out, but I get so burnt out in this game. To be fair, it's taken me a long time to accumulate the bounties that I have. For a long time, the reason I had no motivation was because it was 100 bounties. It was 50 bounties. And I was like, God damn, I don't want to wait that long. Salvage all this shit. I don't know what that is. Leave it. I forgot to throw a jar of spiders. So that's the real spider I'm supposed to have. The ghost one I have is from another ability I have. I don't know. So yeah, all of these abilities are based on different equipment and shit you have. So I've got a whole thing. If you're interested in Diablo, I'll just quickly go by and see if any of this catches your eye. And if you're saying, Nick, why don't you have this? It's because I don't want to play this game anymore. I like Diablo, it's fine, but goddamn, I'm so fucking done with it. Ah, it just drags on for so long. So that's one bounty. Alright. I'm gonna just keep doing bounties, I think. And you can see what my life is like. So this is one of the
Would you like some company?
I have no idea. Oh, so this one, the whole point of this one is to complete an event. I don't think I've been to this area. It seems weird. This might be a new one, actually. If it's grave robbers, it might have something to do with the necromancer DLC. Because I think it's technically, I think the necromancer DLC. Oh wow, that was a super quick one. I think the necromancy bounty, or sorry, the necromancy DLC was technically an update / DLC. I think they added a bunch of stuff, but you need the DLC to actually play as the new necromancer, which I don't give a shit about because I'm a witch doctor and look at all this dead people. Why would I care? I'm already bringing skeletons and shit back. Oh, cool. So this is actually, I like these ones because they're easy. Because it's just kill the boss, which I am overpowered. So this is, usually they make you walk a really long time to get to the boss. This is refreshing. Phone, I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up. Oh no, what's this? Oh, it's dead. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's dead. We killed Steve Bloom. I mean, Sultan Cool. Doing his best Steve Bloom impression. There we go. Hey, I got a legendary item. Hooray. Oh, yeah, it's so great. Now, part of the reason this is so easy is because I'm not on a very high difficulty. I'm on Torment 4, which is not very high. I can probably bump it to Torment 5. But the way difficulty works in Diablo is you get normal, hard, expert, master. And I think I played on expert through my entire first playthrough of the game because you get bonus, you get better drops and you get bonus XP, and I'm all about leveling up fast. And then there's master, torment, and then torment 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've only ever gone up to, I think when I started playing, torment 6 was the max. So that's kind of impressive that they've upped it so much, but it's like, I've never been one to like max out my my like stats and everything, so it's just never been like that appealing to me. Speaking of maxing out stats though, I think I can, so this is Paragon points, which I have a lot of actually. Basically
that costs too much.
I got it, thanks man. So once you hit level 70, you still level up, you still gain experience, but instead it's I'll just do that one just because I've got nothing in there. Once you once you hit level 70, then you start getting Paragon points, which you can put in these like extra stats, which isn't terrible. I like it. It's not bad. It's a cool system. I'm a fan. Do I still have more? Oh, there's so much more. I might not have finished it. Whatever. I don't really give a shit. Hold on. Here we go. But you know it's interesting. But now they're like. Now, kind of like Minecraft, there are like micro goals you can like work towards this game, which for a while was enough for me. Like getting the Hellfire Amulets, I think I have equipped somewhere, was one of them. Getting the, I don't think I even have it equipped. There's a Hellfire Ring too, was something to do. But it's just, I might as well with this staff. It could be stronger. Wormwood. Locust Swarm continuously plagues enemies around you. I'm not using Locust Swarm, so that doesn't help me. I'm using a pet build, which does not, so you don't help me. But yeah, basically, you can aim for like different gear sets and stuff like that, but that's always been like too far off the goal for me. I think these are the worst kind of bounties. Oh yeah, so you can see it's taking a bit longer to hit these now. So, I don't know if that was worth it. But, yeah, so this is like, before the bounty even starts, you have to, like, get to the cave, or to, like, the dungeon. That's always the worst for me. Also, I guess we can take a slight detour. This is the thing, it's like, these used to be, like, micro goals, but it's like, now, since my only goal is to just finish bounties, I don't care about anything else, because there's no reason to. Like, if I can do it while doing bounties, that's fine. But so, this is one of the creatures you need to kill to get a certain drop, and there's a treasure goblin there too. Just use the treasure goblins. Killing 100 of these was not easy. because they just don't spawn very often, at least not to me. And I've only found like a horde of treasure goblins like once. It was a magical time. But yeah, this is more or less it. Just over and over and over again. Oh, also, like, just realized this, but I don't know how I got this. I think it's because my Battle.net account is linked to my PSN, but I got Mercy's Wings, which is a vanity item. So, let me see. I think it's this section. Yeah, so I have Mercy's Gaze, which is just Mercy Wings from Overwatch. I have 2 pets. We have Maleficence and Unicorn. Portrait frames. I have a lot of these. I think I have that one equipped. And then I don't have any pens. There's a lot of stuff I could get, cosmetics and stuff, but usually there's for doing outlandish shit, which I don't really do. So again, this is really why, like, what halted me. The other bounties we've done have been pretty straightforward. Go to this place, kill these people. And it's like, oh, okay, super easy. And now it's, not only do I have to get to this area, which is just slightly out of the way, I have to get to the 2nd floor, and then I have to kill everything in it. And those are the bounties that really hold this game back, I think. But whatever. Like, I'm not even gonna, like, my pets can kill if they want, but I'm just trying to get through here. Also, I'm a glass cannon, so you'll watch my health go and do all sorts of, you know, gymnastics. My HP comes back fairly quickly, but the ability I use is Vampire Bats, because this heals me as I attack with it, and I can just keep casting it, because you normally to cast abilities like that it just keeps draining your MP, but this one, it has an initial cost, so when I use it, it drains my MP like once, but then I can just keep casting it until it's until they're dead, which is why I like that, which is why I use that ability as opposed to the other ones. It's just less management. Honestly, I'm just trying to fucking streamline the whole process, which is this whole build. It's just me doing the least amount of work as possible. Alright. Let's cleanse the chest. So this is, you'll get these from bounties sometimes, but basically, defeat a certain amount of waves, and then you can, get the chest or whatever. But, which is nice. You'll notice, my Vampire Bats are doing a pretty good amount of work here, which is why I use them, but I don't know. It just gets boring. Like, I feel like One Punch Man. It's like, I'm the strongest, so it's like, nothing challenging. But at the same time, if I bump it up to a higher difficulty, then it becomes too grindy, and then I don't want to do anything. So, yeah, we got a knife, hooray, yay. That's so good. Let's just look at it. That's a new design. I don't know if I have that one. Plague of Toads now seek out enemies and can explode twice. That's probably good for Plague of Toads. What do you call it? I'm losing my mind. Plague of Toads build, which I don't mind, but that's not my current build, so I'm gonna stay away from it. Alright, just trying excuse me, I'm just trying to get through. So, yeah, there's a very, just, some of this just takes too long. 500 is an absurd number to have to do this with. Now, here's what I would have been more happy with. If the trophy instead was like, gets a Paragon level like 250 or something, like a reasonable amount, but it was still like, just, because Paragon levels, they level up no matter what you do in the game. So that would have been so much more bearable. Because I wouldn't have had to, like, limit myself to only doing bounties. But that's what this is. It's like, you can only do these bounties, and that's fucking it. Also, I forgot that I had to kill things. I forgot that was the challenge I was for. It's just not as fun. We got some sort of rarities here. There are 2 abilities, I'm sorry, there's really one ability that will consistently kill me and do damage to me, and it's the lasers, which we've seen some enemies cast, but I haven't been caught in it yet. So those will eventually get me. And then there's other ones too. Alright, bounty complete. Cool. Also, I have a couple things about this build I can mention, I guess. I think it's a ring that I have. Broken Promises. No, it's no. One of my equipments here is I forget what it is. Pets deal 78% increased damage. Yeah, that's good. I don't remember. I think I have those because I didn't have anything better. A zombie dog is automatically summoned to your side every 2 seconds. And then zombie dogs. Oh, right. So this is the one. Zombie dogs instead summons a single gargantuan dog with more damage and health than all other dogs combined. So by combining those two equipments, I just constantly have one giant dog without actually having to summon it myself, which is pretty neat. I have Zunimos's trail. I don't remember how to. Let's see this. Do I have to? I don't remember how to check the equipment. There we go. Your fetish army lasts until they die, and the cooldown of your fetish army is reduced by 80%. That's the little dudes that fight with me. I think I have something else. Summon a fetish sycophant when you hit the mana spender. So every time I do this and I hit with someone, I can summon these little guys. Plus I have like the base ability, which summons. I think it summons 8 of them every time I do it. It's one of these. It's X. Every time I do this ability, it summons a bunch. And I think it kills the ones that are still summoned by the ability, but they stay alive for a good amount of time. And then I have Piranhas and Mass Hysteria, Mass Confusion equipped because I have another thing. I forget where it is. It's not. I forget which one of these it is. It's one of my abilities lets me do this, and I can't remember which one it is. Is it this one? No. I have a weird ability somewhere that I thought it was a ring, but I guess not. I don't know what's causing this. I honestly forget, but there's an ability where I summon like mimics that cause that will just like do whatever attacks are on my hotbar. So they'll use the Mass Confusion, they'll use the like piranhas, and then they'll do all that shit. They'll cast it, and they'll cast the vampire bats. See these dudes, like little skeletons that run around next to me. They'll also cast all my abilities, which just essentially makes clones of myself, which is a pretty neato ability, and I like using it, but there's a limit to how much I can do it. And actually, there's really not. It's just a cool ability. It's funny that I just don't remember how any of this happens anymore, though. Activate ancient devices, which means kill some peeps. So these guys have fire chains, fast, vortex, and shielding. Shielding can get annoying. It's not too hard to overcome, but it can get annoying. Let's activate this and then pick up all this loot. I'm almost dead because there's acid on the ground, I think. Boots. Gift for Spunta. I got a gift for Spencer next time he logs on. I got one for Sean, too. There you go, guys. Free legendary items for all except for me. Veiled Treasure. I don't know what this is. I don't think this is part of the thing. But yeah, there's some hidden shit in here that I haven't done in a while, but I don't know. Did I come here for that reason? Oh, there's a treasure goblin. Alright, I'll take it. If nothing else, I'll murder him. So there was an update a while back that added a bunch of different treasure goblins. I think this one drops crafting materials. Yeah, so he drops some rare ones and stuff like that. Most like base treasure goblins will just drop rare items, like in general. But
Need this
one
time.
more if I go deeper in. But yeah, there's like a one that I think it's called the Menagerie Goblin. It drops a pet every time, and it always drops a different pet, which is pretty cool. But I don't know. I haven't really. It's weird. Like I vaguely know about stuff. I sort of keep up to date, but not really. I kept up to date for a while, but as you can see, these trophies took me. It's been a couple years. Like I got this. Yeah, I think I first bought this game when I was in like a gaming drought. Like I just needed a new game to play, and I think I had bought Destiny and I'd beaten the main story, and I was like, I don't know what else to play. So I finally just bought Diablo, and honestly, I had way more fun with Diablo than I did with Destiny. So I definitely recommend it. If you see it on sale, like the full edition, then you should absolutely pick it up. It's totally worth your time. It's just the trophies are a little rough, and it's specifically this one bounty trophy that I don't like. Also, that's an ability. I forget what it's called, but that ability can also kill me. And there's lasers, so if that comes around, it'll definitely murder me. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Yep. Oh, so they can randomly summon either a portal or enemies and stuff like that. That's what this is. Alright. If you could not, that'd be great. So I think the arrows also only work when you're within a certain range. So that's another thing. But yeah, like I said, if it just wasn't like bound to like just bounties, like if it was just like get your Paragon level of this, I would totally be fine with it. Because there are so many more parts of this game that I'm not showing because there's just no reason for me to. I'm done. Like all I need is the bounties, so that's what I have to work on. I'm like forced to do this, and I think that's what kills it. Because there's so many different things to do in Diablo, and the fact that I'm like limited to only bounties is really what's killing it for me, I think. But it is what it is. What are you summon? Dead guy? So yeah, I think my mimics can also for spiders too. So they basically do. They can only do certain abilities, and they have to be on your hotbar for them to do them. But that's why I have those two abilities, even though I'm not using them, just because they will. I think they do Plague of Toads too. So I wonder if that new item I got would work with it. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? I just realized. I think there's another system. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So you can break down items, and then you can get powers. Basically, you can equip like just the ability, and none of the like stat increases. So I had the Envious Blade, gain 100% critical against enemies at full health, chance when attacking to summon horrific mimics that cast some of your equipped skills, and Ring of Royal Grandeur, which reduces set bonus, stuff like that. So I have an okay setup. It's just okay. Like this is, I don't know who this video is for, because hardcore Diablo fans can be like, you're awful, what do you do? And then people who haven't seen Diablo can be like, what the fuck is this? What's happening? Alright, so that's 5 bounties down. Like I said, every time you complete 5, you get a little.
The world is safe. You have finished.
You get a little bonus. So we get an XP bonus, and we get a chest, which I can do right now. I used to, when my friends used to play this, they used to. Oh, I forgot to do this. Jade Harvester's Swiftness. I think I was collecting these, so I'll throw that in my chest. I have a friend. I had friends who played on PC. Basically, there was one who would just like do a bunch of bounties and then get these chests, and then he would wait for the other people to log in. And if you drop the chest, then everyone gets like their own loot. So like everyone sees their own loot. There's no like loot sharing, or there is, but it's not like you see something on the ground, someone picks it up, and now you can't pick it up. So basically, he would do this and then give free loot to everyone, which is pretty cool. But I played on PS4, so I didn't get any of that loot, and I was always a little jealous. Alright, what do you want? What do we got? What's this? What's that? Gloves of Worship. Shrine effects last for 10 minutes. It's not a terrible, that's not a terrible ability, but not one I'm particularly using. Alright, so we did the 5 there. Now I can either save and reload the game and then do 5 bounties there again, or I could just do them somewhere else. Kill the Skeleton King, kill Hawthorne Gable, Peter Khazra Den. I think this one, I forget where it is. It's around here somewhere. I think it was not Halls of Agony. There was an area in the Act 1 that was good for grinding goblins for a while, but the devs for this game are really like, how do I put it? They're kind of on the ball, where if they notice that people are like gaming the system, trying to spam like one thing to try and grind things instead of just playing the game normally, they will nerf the shit out of that thing. So it's tough. Every time there's like a new grinding spot, they always like just nip it in the bud. That's another dude who I gotta kill to get parts if I wanted to get the Amulet Ring again. Get some crazy abilities, but as you can see, literally did nothing. My minions killed him completely on their own, which proud of you, minions. I think that's the one. I think he's the one from Act 1. There's one in the first 4 acts, I think. Because I think the content was released before Reaper of Souls was available. But basically, I think the one from this area is like the least helpful, because his item isn't really used that much, but the ones from the other ones are pretty good. I remember having to grind the one in World 4 a lot, because I couldn't get his drop that much, but We'll see. They've also done a lot of quality of life improvements to the game over time, like certain like gems. There's only a certain amount of inventory space you have. Like I have 58 out of 60 right now. I'm gonna have to turn that shit in soon. But I think gems used to take up like part of this, but I don't think they count towards inventory anymore. They might. I don't know. So that's kind of it's awesome. Every time I figure out why this is happening, because I'm gonna like lose feeling in my left hand. And that would be bad because that's my right hand. Yes, I'm a lefty. I faced trials and tribulations my whole life. Alright, so again, this is one of the annoying ones. It's like, hey, get to this area, then the bounty really starts. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. I do think World 1 is the coolest like base camp, though, because there's a different one for each of these. They're technically from the different chapters. Ugh. So that's the other... I forget what ability it is, but that and the lasers are always what kills me. I think I have an ability... I think I have the skill that makes it so... Or the trait. Passive, that's what they're called. I can remember. I think I have the one that makes it so I can die once. When you receive fatal damage, you automatically hit the spirit realm for 2 seconds and heal to 50% of your max life. It can only happen once every minute. Yeah. Again, I just did that as like a safety net in case I just get gurked. Gurked? Murked? I don't know what word I'm going for, but you get the idea. I hope I didn't just say something super racist to like the people I didn't know, or it just said like an unknown slur. This might have been a story dungeon, because I think that seems like something that was in the main story. But yeah, it's just, I've had this game I've had just this trophy since I beat Hardcore Mode with Spencer last year. So I should be working on bounties. Like literally if I just did like 10 a day, I'd be done in like a month. Or even less. I'm just so not motivated to do it. Alright, we did it, everyone. I'm just like, this is it. Like, I'm already powered enough to like do this stuff, so it's like I don't have any goals. There's no reason for me to like continue doing this. And it hurts. Because I did like this game a lot. Alright, I need to start throwing shit in the chest, which I'm sure I have a lot of. Yeah, I'll get that too. What do you got? I like that helmet. And Darrell's Vishes. What is Kane's insight do I have? I don't even have the set. Attacks release a poison nova that deals 434 damage as a poison to enemies within 10 yards. Oh, hang on. I think I need my head thing. No. Oh, hold on. Yeah, pet steal 78% increased damage. What do I have for this? Yeah, and then I have the mimics too. You know, I could probably... The increased pet damage is good, but let me try on Darrell's visage. I'll show a little bit of what this is like. So, first things first, I have new piece of equipment. What I have to do first is I have to enchant it, and I have to give it a socket. So, fire skill damage, not really important to me, because I'm not using fire skills. Intelligence is important, vitality is important, attack speed is important. For overall DPS. So you have to use these items, so I'll use the items on the left, and I have a random chance to get a new thing. Critical chance is good, and it would really increase my attack, but I gotta keep rolling, because I'm looking for sockets, which is the chance to put a gem into it. And putting a gem into it will make it even stronger, so that's the goal. And you can see what kind of properties you can get. Like this is the different chances of abilities that I can get. So, socket is possible. I remember when I first started doing this, I would accidentally take off abilities that didn't even have a chance to get a socket, so... just wasting items. Fire skill damage, life. Nope, come on. Doing a video here. Doing a fucking video here. Oh my god. Nothing. Just fuck me up, man. Fuck. Kill me. Just... There we go, socket. So now, so we went to the enchanter, now we go to the jeweler. Remove that mask, sockets. I have a bunch of these special gems too, but I don't really use any of them. Actually, that's not true. I'd use the Gem of Ease. I'd use this, because this is the way to level up all your classes to 70. Basically, you put it in like a sword, you transfer it to another character, and then they can use a super powerful sword at level 1, and it increases XP by like a crazy amount, so they can level they literally get to like level 40 in like an instant, and then the rest of the grinding isn't too bad. Was it again? Right. Flawless Royal Topaz, which as far as I know is the strongest one. I don't remember if this was the best. Forget. So Helm is bonus experience, reduce cooldowns of all skills, reduce resource costs, gold for monsters, life. I remember, so they give different abilities based on where you socket it, and I guess it wouldn't hurt to put one of these ones instead, because the reduced resource cost isn't a huge deal for me. Killing an enemy causes an explosion of gold. Adds 16,000 thorns. I think that means they take damage when they attack me. And swiftness with every attack, reducing your attack speed by 10% and dodge by 50% for 4 seconds, up to 15 times. I think that would increase DPS. Cold skills, nope. Each hit increases healing, regenerates. 35% damage taken of all staggered and dealt to you. Gain 10% melee reduction. Increase the damage of primary skills by 25%. That would be great, but I'm not using a primary skill. The Vampire Bats is technically a different ability. Gain 2% increased damage from 1.5 seconds. Spend a resource on a channeled skill. This effect stacks 10 times. That would help a little bit. Wreath of Lightning, which 15 chance to gain a Wreath of Lightning, dealing 1,400% weapon damage as lightning every second nearby. Probably use that, to be honest. Oh, can it only go in these? That doesn't seem right. I wonder. Into rings and amulets. Fucking idiots. Alright, well. So much for that. I do extra gold. I'm good on gold. Resource reduction it is. Shit. Alright. And then we got a new helmet. Why not? If I find that my attacks aren't doing enough, or if the pets aren't doing enough damage, then I might do something else. But for now, it's fine. I'll finish up these last 4 bounties, and that'll be it. I'll probably record a Hotline Miami video right after this, which I might release first. But basically, I'm doing this because I can't really stream today. I really just don't want to. I kind of want to go my own pace. Yeah, you know, I kind of am feeling like enemies are taking a bit longer to go down, which part of it is not having Nephilim Glory, which I think it's every time you kill 10 enemies or something. Yeah, it's every 10 enemies. It drops that little like yellow orb. That's not like an ability. That happens no matter what. And that increases your damage by like 25%. So having that up really helps things. Again, so this is Cleanse the Cursed Chest. I don't know where the Cursed Chest is. I have no way of knowing where it is until they just randomly decide to give me the waypoint. So, you know, just gonna keep wandering around, hoping for the best. It's the worst kind of battle. Boss ones are the best. Oh, there we go. Boss ones are the best, I think, assuming there's no like run up to the boss and then trap kill. So there are traps in different levels that can usually do a good amount of damage, or I think are mostly insta-kills, but they're somewhat hard to like aim properly. Usually you'll get them by accident, just like you'll be attacking, somebody else will be attacking, like, oh, I set up a trap and killed someone, neat. I've never been able to like really use them like on purpose, so. Alright, here we go. Kill 100 enemies in the time allotted. This is where having pets really comes in handy, and the mimics, because they're really good at murdering when I can't. Although, I think the biggest problem with these kind of ones is that the enemies just don't spawn fast enough. So, I'm waiting. No, yeah, they're starting to go through here. I'm gonna call that Nephilim Glory. Now, I'm going to preempt this comment, because I know it's going to be there. I have no idea what's going on. And that's fair, because there's a lot happening on the screen at once. I should just make it very clear, though, I'm not really doing anything. Most of this entire build is that it's automated. That's kind of the glory of it, is that I'm not really doing, like, anything. So if you're like, oh, I don't, Nick, how do you keep track of all this? I don't. A lot of it just happens, and I kind of just go along with it. So it's not too bad. I'm like fully asleep. I'm kind of worried about this. All right, I need to like stop leaning so hard. Why does my right arm never fall asleep? I don't understand. Bounty, the Tribune Reborn, or Tribune Reborn. I don't know what that is. It's just such a. I think the spawn points of some of these missions aren't great either. Random minions. So if they're highlighted in yellow like this, it means they're either minions or they're a boss. So the boss is around here somewhere. He's the one who just like jailed him. There he is. He's dead. And sometimes you'll get legendary stuff, and sometimes you won't. He's a menace. So I think it's very clear. And I don't think anyone would blame me for not wanting to keep doing this. The fact, it's just so small. At your heart. It just happens so often. I gotta stop 5 views, which is not great. I just realized that they're not really giving me waypoints. I have no idea where the next ones are. But all in all, it's a pretty solid game. This is definitely showing off the worst part of it. This is like usually when I do this kind of series, it's because where did I read? That was just my cape. Usually when I do these series, it's because I'm just doing. It's bad trophy design. It's not the game itself. Like Stardew Valley is the other game that I keep doing parts of Let's Platinum, and it's a really solid game. But it's an amazing farming game. I genuinely love it, and I do want. That's the whole reason I'm trying so hard to platinum it is because I've already put so much time into it. Actually, Diablo was the same reason. I really, really did enjoy this game, and the only way I can, beyond buying the DLC, which I just don't want to do. The only way I can really feel like I really gave it my all is to get 100%. So that's why I try and go for it. It's the same with One Piece Pirate Warriors, which is the last one of these I did, which was the game was great and I really enjoyed it, but just bad trophy design. Just when it comes down to RNG or really mindless over the top grinding, that's when I think it really is not the best. So another one I was considering is doing Let's Platinum Final Fantasy 13, because I'm now at that point where I have one trophy left and it's have all weapons and accessories. And on the surface, that doesn't sound that hard, or it sounds doable, but you don't really collect weapons in 13. You make them, and the requirements to make all of them are way over the top. And I've explained this in multiple videos, but just for the sake of just saying it again. Basically, I'm stuck on it because you just need a ridiculous amount of money, and it normally wouldn't be an issue because you'll be collecting money throughout the game, but enemies don't drop money in that game, so they only drop items, and even then, the items are worth fucking nothing except for a few enemies who drop items that are worth more than 100 gil at a time. This is why it annoys me, because the generic enemy, not even generic, random enemies, throughout the game will typically drop items that you can use, that'll be worth 400 gil at the most, and then you'll have to buy 3 items that are worth 840,000 gil, which is it's almost 200,000 times more than what the average enemy drops, and that's not even the most expensive one. To get the 6 ultimate weapons, you need a 2 million gil item, which can also drop from the giant turtles, but the giant turtles have a 1% drop rate for them. And it's what was your goal here? Why did you make this so overly difficult? This isn't who is this for? And I'll tell you why this is stupid, because you can literally beat every side quest of the few that there are in that game, and you can max out your entire characters, and I'm not even close to having all the weapons and accessories. That's literally it. It's just that's all I need to do. And it's just there's nothing left for me in the game. It's all I have to do is just grind money mindlessly, And that is my whole goal. And that's not good game design. That's not good trophy design. If you're literally only doing one thing and there's no other goals that can get to it, and it's not fun, and it's just repeating the same step over and over and over, then you fucked up. Alright, I can see that treasure goblin. I can't tell which kind it is, though. My pets don't usually kill them, but they'll damage it enough. Actually, is it still on the map? I guess they do kill it. Interesting. Yeah. Maybe they did that. You can usually see them on the map. There's a little icon for them if they like run away. Alright.
Your death comes.
I love when they've randomly spout out like phrases. And it's like they had nothing to do. Oh, this is not fair. 125 enemies, that's too many. And then after this, all I gotta do is kill the Skeleton King, which is pretty easy. But I think getting him is a pain in the ass. Unlike Zoltan Cool, who was the last boss bounty we had, he's actually kind of a cunt to get to. Like, Skeleton King's like hidden at the end of the level, and Zoltan Cool technically is too. But he so I'll do the cursed chest now because this technically counts towards the bounty, I think. Yeah, it does. So it's like, this is, I'm working towards the bounty, and I'm also getting to get a chest. That's good. That's good synergy. I like that. It really, really bothers me when games just have you do one mindless task when there's so much more to the game. I find it very, I don't know, just not lackluster, but they could have done better, if that makes sense. They almost had a good thing going. It's whatever. Even the getting all 6 characters level 70, that was part of the reason, where I was trying to do bounties, because once you beat the story once, when you start a new character, you can just start off in this mode, and so that way you can just only do bounties to level up your characters, which is fine, but it wasn't
Our enemies are legion. They will not take us without a fight. We must hold them here while the keys to the Holy Temple are hidden away from their leader.
It's just how ridiculously high the amount of bounties to do is. I leveled up all 6 characters. The first character was completely through the story, but then the other characters were all through bounties and stuff. And I still had, I think I finished leveling all the characters to 70 and only had, 150 bounties. So I still had to do 350 more. That's not good! I don't know why the trophy wasn't just 100 bounties. That would have been so much more doable. That's the way it goes. Trophies. Some bullshit's involved. So it's not this isn't difficult. It's just time consuming, and that bothers me. It's not good design. It's not as so. I guess so. Now that I've done this, I've basically showed off the 3 main causes of not getting trophies. In Stardew Valley, it's when something is just horrendously difficult. Another example that comes to mind is Titanfall 2 has some fairly easy trophies, but the one I'm stuck on right now is that one trophy for I forget what it's called for beating the records. You have to beat the obstacle course under 30 seconds or something like that, which I did in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1 just fine. But goddamn, I guess I'm just not good enough with Titanfall to beat that course. Or I guess I should. The problem is I keep trying to do the course as I just try and only do the course. What I need to do is do a playthrough on better and then try and do the course once I'm more familiar with the controls again. But there's so there's difficulty stuff like that in the Stardew Valley minigame, and then there's RNG, which is One Piece Pirate Warriors was, which is just doing the same thing. And there's a chance you can get the thing you need for the trophy. And then there's this, where it's just, you can get there, but it's just time consuming. And those are the 3 main obstacles in most trophies, I think. That, and then there's the 4th one, which is the worst, which is it's just not available anymore. Or it's just, I think a good example is Dead Rising 2 has an online mode, and you could literally be waiting for 2 hours just to get into one match, and the trophy is to win a game in every online mode in that game. That's what really. So that's the other one, where it's just even when everything is on your side, you still need other players to do something. So That's why I try to avoid games with multiplayer trophies. Or not, I don't try and perfect games with multiplayer trophies, because it's usually bullshit like that. Do I have a pet equipped? I think I did. Oh, yeah, he's there. Let's see. Alright. Well, that's 5. I think I'll do a Hotline Miami one next, because that's a case of the game being difficult, which I think is more entertaining to watch. I'm still missing a lot of trophies in that, but I'm like caught on one, and that's the whole reason I haven't like tried harder for the other ones. I got a mask. Let's see what this is. No special ability. Well, that's stupid. What do you got here? Zunimoss's cloth. I don't know how to break this to you, game, but I already have Zunimoss's cloth. That's it's got better abilities too. That's awkward. I think there's a thing where you can do the cube and you can like convert it to another item in the set though, so I'll keep it. Doesn't matter. Also, this game, it's only autosave, so the only way you can like do a hard save is to like change your banner, and then once you change your banner, it'll trigger an autosave. That's the only way to like make sure it saves. This was less platinum Diablo. I still have let's check just to finish it off. Adventure mode. Still got 149. Oh god. So yeah. Definitely won't be doing more of this. But that's what I got left. That's my thing. So thank you all. I guess I could do seasonal mode and then do bounties and that would count towards this. Maybe something to work towards, but it's just I don't like leveling characters up. It's like boring in my opinion. I don't know. Alright. I'll see you all later.